All right, everyone, welcome back to DBS Midwest. I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview picture of the entire deck. It's a new Surge Piccolo deck, and basically, I'm going to go over some of the card choices and card selections. I want to make a deck that's a little different, like a deck without zamasus or gogetas. I've done both those and played both of those, so I just built together just basically a real good value version of the Gogeta deck. So let's get a little closer. Sorry, it's kind of wobbly. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over some of the card selections. So first off, we did our check land, which is Android 70 Protector of Wildlife. It's blue-green land. You want to play it turn 1 or turn 2. But I mean, you definitely want to play it turn 2 because once you play it, then it comes in untapped as long as you have another multicolored uh, blue-green card in your energy area. It also has a little effect that sometimes is relevant. It's auto when your opponent combos with the first, like if you actually play the card. So if your opponent, first time they combo, it goes, I believe, to the bottom of their deck. Yep. And it just goes to the bottom of their deck. So sometimes that is relevant. Next card is Android 21 Bad Omen. This card right here is just a really good card. It's definitely the energy you want to charge turn 1. Just so it's in your energy area, and then generally you want to follow up with this on turn 2 or any other energy, because this card right here has stolen a lot of games. It just steals games. Once it's your energy area, basically you can play 2 green, 2 blue, and it comes from your energy area into play. And then it pops a card, and then it also take 1 life from your opponent, and then puts it in the drop. So sometimes during that 1 life, this will just come out and end games. Next one is Hidden Potential. In a deck like this, I would never play less than 3 right now. You either want to play 3 or 4. You can bump it up to 4. I laid it out so you can kind of decide where cuts should be made. But basically, it's a 1 energy preemptive strike. Because it costs 2, it has the same exact effect as preemptive strike. The only difference is you can restand a multicolor energy. So if you have multicolor energy, basically you're doing it for 1. You're sending straight to your opponent's drop a battle card with an energy 4 or less. Next one is Vegeta the Cruel. Vegeta the Cruel is really good counterplay. If you have multicolored in your energy field, it basically what it does, it comes out, it'll pop the battle card as long as it doesn't have barrier, and then it also sends a card from their hand to their warp. So just a really good counterplay card. Next one is Ultra Instinct, Goku the Unstoppable. This card is your catch-all. Basically, if they're going to play some kind of crazy bomb, this card right here will basically stop that bomb. It'll bring it back to their hand. You'll get to draw a card. This ignores barrier, so no matter what they're playing, it just sends it back. Negates, we're running 4 Dimension Magic, and we're running 3 Master Roshi. Main reason why Master Roshi is it's a negate and combo power. So it basically it can negate an attack, and then later it can combo off to have you push more or basically play defensively. And it's just more combo power because you want different combo power in different colors because of the SCR. Now, this deck really just plays defensively turn 1 and turn 2. A lot of times, your turn 1, you're just charging, passing. You probably have to take some life. Turn 2, you're holding up your counterplays. So now turn 3 is where the fun happens. So turn 3, you have your opponent's boards clear. If you have Vegeta Cruel in play, you might have comboed with it after you played with it to save life, or you swing with your leader and then you combo with it to get it off the board. Because turn 3, what you're wanting to do is you want to play this for 1 energy, which is the Janemba. And it's a 20k crit you can play for 1 energy. Then the same turn, you're wanting to play Newfound Power Son Gohan. So basically, on turn 3, you're just coming at them with 2, like a 20k crit and a 15k crit. And then in turns following, if you could play another one of these, because this has a neat ability where if you have one, you can swing with this one. Then if you have one in hand, you can play a blue and a colorless to put this one on the bottom of your deck and bring out another one. So you just basically want to keep swinging with the crit damage, keep the pressure on, keep cards in hand low. Sensu Bean's used to push play or be defensive. It's Sensu Bean. Now, Special Bean Cannon is really good offensively and defensively. It gives your leader, a lot of times I was using it defensively, but it gives your leader additional 10k, and plus you get to choose a card out of your opponent's hand and send it to the drop. So a lot of times that'll mess up some of their plays because basically the cards you're taking out of their hand is random. If you nab an SCR with it or like a super combo or one of their bomb cards just with that, it can really make their day really bad. Next one is 4 Paragus Super Combo. It's green. It's the best super combo in the game right now if you're in green. This is obviously pre-set 9. Set 9, there will be some changes because you got a new blue-green super combo and some other fun stuff. This card right here is a 2 of. It's very needed in the deck. It can give you sideboard options where you play another 1 or 2 of these in your sideboard, and then you can play the Ultra Instinct 7-drop Goku in your sideboard and kind of change it for your game plan. But we're not going to go over sideboard strategies because I believe that should always be evolving, different every meta. But this is just getting the main deck because I did some testing with Baby, and this is what saved me against Baby. They went up their Baby chain. I was able to arrival this out, throw their 6-drop in their energy area. They didn't have the 8-drop because the funny thing is, a turn earlier, I ripped their 8-drop out of their hand with that. So even when I removed the Baby, they weren't able to play the 8-drop because that ripped it. And basically, he was not able to go back up the chain the following turn, which basically gave me, navigated that to the win. I actually killed him with Bad Omen in that matchup. Another card is Ultra Fusion Gogeta. It's just board clear. You could play this or Draft Box Piccolo. But if you play Draft Box Piccolo, you're going to want to change a couple of your ratios. The reason why I did this just was for more blue combo power is the main reason because of that. Another card I added to the deck is this one, Super 17, the Infernal Machine. This card was actually really good in the deck because what it allowed me to do is Awaken Surge, drop 2 cards out of their hand with its ability, play this, drop another 2 cards, and then this thing is a double striker, and its attack can't be negated. But you have to pitch 2 cards for them to pitch 2 cards. But the Piccolo leader on the front side, you're drawing 2 per turn, so your hand size is generally pretty hefty. So by the time you do this and this on the same turn, you've knocked them down to hardly any cards in their hand, and it just can be really backbreaking for the opponent. And the fact they can't negate it is really nasty as well, and it's double strike because this card can get through even though it's at just 20k because you on turn 3 you're just applying a lot of crit damage, and then you're probably doing that on turn 4 as well, and then turn 5 you're looking to play this or your SCR, which SCR ends games, and if it gets to turn 6 then this. You have all these game enders and they're all like really good. The main reason why you play Android 21 in the main is just because you have a bad hatch matchup. We're not ramping to it. You could run some ramp in your sideboard or run another one of these, but against hatch, you will get to turn 8. So this is just one in the main. I probably play one on the board, and that's just to lights out hatch. Even though you don't have ramp in the main, you do have ramp with this because you can use the second ability to take a card from underneath that. It goes to your drop, then you can take a multicolored card, ignoring its energy exhaust, and it can come into play, which is little nice tricks you can do with this. Beyond that, to make this deck, it could be more budget friendly. And the way you would do that, you would just remove this card from the deck and remove these 2 cards from the deck. And that'll save a lot and make it more budget friendly. Even though this card has a decent price tag, and so does this card, but it's nothing compared to these other 2. So you could always turn this into some other bomb that you might have, or in that you could either add another counterplay or just add some more good battle cards. I kind of leave it up to you to decide what you would want to do. You could always play the Gohan counterplay, but that seems kind of pointless since you run this. I mean, you could always take one of these, make it a 4th one of this, and then make that other Ultra Instinct Goku something else in the slot. But that's it. That's all I got for the deck. I'm going to be releasing just a couple more decks today. This is all preset 9. And then Then as soon as set 9 rolls out, we're going to do some set 9 decks. Thanks everyone for watching.